I am here today to discuss how to overcome criticism. What is criticism, dears? An opinion given about something or someone, especially in a negation opinion. This opinion or expression of disapproval on the basis of perceived faults or mistakes is very painful and depressing for many people. So, is criticism healthy? Criticism can cause harm as well as good things. Criticism can hurt or people can feel offended. Overly layers of criticism can affect the emotional and mental health of a person. People who are too critical and focus only on the limitation of things run into the problem that others perceive them as being too negative and lacking a constructive attitude. If there is too much criticism, it gets in the way of that does not lead anywhere positive. Criticism in relationship is a behavior that can be toxic to the couple. It erases positive feelings over time and leads to other problematic behaviors that can destroy the connection. Constant criticism is not constructive, encouraging, or inspiring. The act of being critical focuses on the negative aspects and does not offer useful information for solutions and improvement. Criticism attacks someone's character in this manner. Why should we stop criticizing? By being a psychologist, have seen the dark sides of the effect of criticizing people. Criticism is an easy form of ego defense. We hate in others what we hate ourselves. We reject the events or behaviors that expose our uncomfortable souls. Criticism is an effortless task and we are weak. That is why we cling to it. We criticize others because we are impatient. We don't tolerate those who behave differently or move at different pace. When we focus on someone else's flaw, we become blind to everything else. We want to look smarter but behave foolishly. We stop seeing the person, we just see their mistakes. Criticizing others is more harmful than you think. It doesn't just affect the recipient, it hurts you too. The more we criticize others, the more prone we are to judge ourselves. And self-judgment often becomes an addiction. What happens when you stop criticizing? When we stop looking into the imperfections and start looking for the harmony and compatibility, the world suddenly becomes a much richer place, the work more meaningful. It becomes imperfectly perfect. We become more realistic. We become love finder, not fault finder. We look for solutions for transforming criticism into more constructive thoughts, words and actions. We develop better self-esteem and self-worth and a greater capacity of love. When you love yourself more, you can truly start loving others, and so you stop criticizing others at every step they make. If you don't feel threatened, there is no need to criticize. Every time you want to criticize somebody because they didn't meet your standards, show them how to do things better, mentor them. Being an NLP practitioner, we use sandwich feedback technique for constructive criticize. This technique is finding something to compliment in their work, then show them what and how to do better, and end your talk by praising the person again. This really works for them and for you. Now, how to overcome from others' criticism? The three important requirements for negative feedback to be constructive are: the first one, it's compassionate. People should give criticism in a way that indicates care for the recipient, and it should come from someone the recipient respects. The second one is specific. Criticism should target the appropriate elements of the recipient performance and offer specific guidance for improvement. The third one is match. Criticism should align with the recipient's emotions and motivation. You can use this list as a way to determine if a critic is trying to help or harm you. So listen honestly for the critic intention. Decide if the feedback is constructive or destructive. Thanks those who offer constructive criticism. Minimizing time with those who consistently criticize you to harm you. It's a mistake to get too caught up in either praise or negative criticism. If you learn to handle and filter all types of criticism, you will live a happier life and get closer to your goals. How to overcome your toxic self-criticism. Your private inner dialogue can either be a powerful stepping stone or a major obstacle to reaching your goals. If you constantly make negative predictions like, I am going to mess up, or you call yourself names, your self-talk will rob you of mental strength. From among the many exercises that we use in therapy and healing to help people change the way they think, here are these ways to educate your inner critic. Pay attention to your thoughts. Learning to recognize your thought patterns is key to understanding how your thinking affects your life. Change the channel. When you keep replaying a mistake you made in your head over and over again, or you can't stop thinking about something bad that happened, you will drag yourself down. The best way to change the channel is by getting active. Find an activity that will temporarily distract you from the negative tapes playing in your head. Go for a walk, call a friend to talk about a different subject, or tackle a project you have been putting off, but refuse to sit and listen to your brain beat you up. Examine the evidence. Your thoughts aren't always true. It's important to examine the evidence before you believe your thoughts. If you think, I am going to embarrass myself when I give that presentation, pause for a minute. Look in your eyes through a face mirror and say firmly and with faith, I am going to do my best presentation today. The whole universe favors my request. Then see the magic. I have experienced this magic many times. Replace exaggeratedly negative thoughts with realistic statements. That's exactly what we did for the presentation thought. Ask yourself what advice you would give to a friend when you are struggling with tough times or doubting your ability to succeed. Ask yourself, what would I say to a friend who had this problem? Then offer yourself those kind, wise words. Balance self-improvement with self-acceptance. There's a difference between telling yourself you are not good enough and reminding yourself that there is room for improvement. Although it sounds a bit counterintuitive, you can do both simultaneously. We might accept that you feel anxious about an upcoming presentation at work, while also making a decision to improve your public speaking skills. Accept yourself for who you are right now, while investing in becoming a better version of yourself down the road. These steps really work, dears. This is out of my self-experience and how you feel powerful, not being affected by destructive criticism. My dears, make a vow from today onwards that you stop criticizing others and yourself. Implement them and feel how beautiful life becomes. Thank you, dears. See you soon with another life transforming video.